I like to think of myself as Mr. Optimism at the network. So I want to start being positive on the Dak Prescott deal. Number one, the Cowboys are uniquely wealthy. Attendance, best in the NFL, franchise worth almost $6 billion. They are able to, because of their game day revenues, because of their enormous brand appeal, to write massive guaranteed money checks that a third of the league can't write. Hell, it may be half. And because they can do that, and it's such a healthy brand, they gave Dak a boatload of guaranteed money, and that brought his cap down to only $22 million first year, meaning Dallas gets, in the first of these 4 years, a little bit of a cap break. That's good news. That means they can spend it on defense, and they should spend every penny of it on defense. The other good news is they've got 2 or 3 good draft picks. If they spend that $15 million on defense, and they draft with their first 2 or 3 picks defense, with the addition of Dan Quinn, who I think is going to elevate their scheme defensively, Dallas isn't going to have to win every game 37-34. I think their defense is going to be better. I think they save in year one a little bit of cap space they can spend on defense. Here's more positives. Dak's a grown-up. Dak's responsible. He's not going to, go crazy town. He's a grown-up. He's an adult. This money's not going to do. You're not going to see him on 4,000 commercials. Dak's a head down, play hard, let's kick butt guy. Also, the story's over. Dak feels good. Cowboys have to feel somewhat good, and we don't have to talk about it anymore. Here's more positives. Dak's in the second year with Mike McCarthy, and he gets a preseason. Generally, year 2 of an offense, you're better. Here's another positive spin. The best part of Dallas, the very strongest unit's wide receiver. They're good at wide receiver. That complements Dak, and the NFL's becoming more passing-centric. All positives from Mr. Optimism at Fox Sports, Colin Cowherd. Now let's pivot into some realistic concerns. I saw this headline this morning. Dak Prescott becomes highest paid player in league history. That is not a recipe for Super Bowls. We have a recipe for Super Bowls. Young quarterbacks on rookie deals and great quarterbacks on team-friendly deals. Good quarterbacks making great money does not win Super Bowls. Tom Brady's already restructuring his deal again. Now, people say, well, the cap's going up. Folks, the cap goes up. The last 25 years, it's gone up 24 times. I talked to 2 general managers this morning. There'll be no time over the next 4 years. It'll go up, but it's called escalators. When networks sign these big deals, and you see in the blogs and the media critics, Fox goes from paying $1 billion a year to $2 billion a year. That's not what we pay for the next 2 or 3 years. They're called escalators. We go from paying 1 to 1.3 to 1.5 to 1.7. By the time the cap really explodes, this contract's over. Dak's working on the next contract. So yeah, it's going up, but it doesn't jump up overnight. And I have this theory is that don't compare good and great. Like, I never have had a vacation in my life a great vacation. I went to Hawaii. I took the kids. We did helicopter tours. We did scuba diving. It was a lot of money. Oh, it was a lot. Oh. But when I flew back, I was like, worth every penny. I paid my daughter to go to, in Connecticut, to go to a junior high private school. I'm not going to tell you what I paid, but it was a great school. I've never once regretted paying great for great. House, education, experience, ski trip, never once. Paying great for good, I almost always regret it. Dak's good. Mahomes is great. I would never have a problem paying Rodgers, Russell, Mahomes great money, because great is a different galaxy than good. There's never going to be a time in our lifetime, even if the economy goes up, that paying $10 million for a good house is a steal. Dak's contract is never in the next 4 years going to feel like, whoo, we stole him. Man, this is team friendly. The Cowboys right now have 7 players who are good, and they pay them great. That's not good. You also have a coach who's a GM who's 78, he's your owner. I don't love it. I can be happy for the guy and not think it helps him to win playoff games. Maybe that's not the biggest thing for him, but Dak always feels like a winner to me. He's like Lamar Jackson. He's visibly angry when he walks off the field with an L. Some guys are into the money. Dak makes good money. I've never felt he's a money guy. And I don't begrudge anybody who wants to make theirs. But Dallas has one playoff win when they were paying Dak $600,000. A year from now, they're paying him $39.5 million. That is hard. I don't care how much the cap goes up, but it's not going to go up that much. It is hard to win. We have a resume and a recipe. Rookie contracts for quarterbacks and great guys taking pay cuts. So I gave you positive Uncle Colin, and now I give you realistic Uncle Colin. Dallas now has 5 players paid in the top 5 in their position. I don't think any of them are in the top 5 as talent. I don't love it. All right, now, so whether you like Dak or not, and he is a franchise quarterback, Dak fans tend to move the goalpost a little bit. And you got to be honest about this. If you love this contract, then you love Dak. You got to be honest and own this. So Dak, last 2 years, is 1-8 against playoff teams. In his last 60 starts, he's 32-28. So the first few years, when Dak was winning, the Cowboys were winning, but he wasn't leading the team, I was lectured. Hey, it's about winning. It's not about stats. Dak's a winner. All right, I can buy that. And now that he's not beating good teams, hey, look how productive he is. Well, which one do you want? At $40 million a year, I want both. I want you to be super productive because that means my wide receivers, my running back, we can win shootouts. You keep moving the goalpost. There's this dueling narrative. Dak is now more efficient. He's more productive. Okay, where are the wins? I'm asking, which one do you think's important? Because when he won early, but it was Zeke's team, you kept telling me he's a winner. That's what matters. All right. And now he's not winning, but his stats are better. And you're telling me that matters. In his last 17 starts, he's 6-11. Well, it's not his fault. Well, then he can't get all the credit for the wins. Dak's also 28. I don't think he's an ascending player. I think this is what he is. He's a good quarterback. Matt Ryan's not an ascending player. Jared Goff's not an ascending player. Like after 4 or 5 years in the league, Kyler Murray, I don't even know what his ceiling is. I mean, he could play. Justin Herbert, Joey Burrow, I have no idea what their ceiling is. Baker Mayfield, he's not an ascending player. This is kind of what he is. So I guess my point is, you got to tell me what matters. Okay? To me, at $40 million, I'd like both. I want you to be productive, meaning I can win shootouts. You're making my receivers happy. You're taking advantage of the offensive line, giving you time. We can have a bad Sunday on defense, and you're productive as hell, and you can light it up. That's Mahomes. But I also, at $40 million, want wins over playoff teams. And I just don't see them last 2 years. As the team has become more Dak-led, they win less against good teams. So you can like Dak, but there's a little hypocrisy on you just tell me which one matters. Because, listen, I've said this before. The only numbers that matter on Michael Jordan are 6. That's the only stat I know about Michael. 6. 6 finals, 6 wins, 6 MVPs. I couldn't tell you one Tom Brady stat, one Joe Montana stat. Not one. I couldn't tell you one Russell Wilson stat. I can just tell you the Super Bowls. So to me, it's a winning thing. And I think the first argument you had with Dak is he's a winner. I started acknowledging, yeah, he is. There's certain leadership intangibles. He played well late in games as a young player. I was like, I can't buy it. But then when he doesn't win, it's like, look at the stats. Well, Kirk Cousins' stats are unbelievable. They don't mean anything to me. He shrinks in prime time. So just if you're a Dak fan, you got to at least own that space a little. Hi, everybody. Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get the latest from the show. Also, be sure to check out more of the best clips from The Herd or go watch a few segments from other shows on FS1.